Even with 47 bosses in all of Hollow Knight, I can probably tell you a little something about every boss. That's the teleporting boss. That's the silly little big boss. That's the boss that's getting a prequel. Someday. But there's one boss which sticks to my head for all the wrong reasons. The Lost Kin. After I defeated him, I thought that was the last of the Vessel Kin. It wasn't a particularly hard fight either. He just kinda jumped around and I hit him. I suppose I could say that for a lot of Hollow Knight bosses, but this one specifically followed that pattern. As I was about to leave, I noticed he had a dream version. Hey, if the original boss fight wasn't that bad, I'm sure this one won't be either. Little did I know what I'd be doing for the next 3 hours. I decided to hit him with my dream attack. It took me to this mesmerizing, beautiful landscape. It looked like heaven. I took in the beauty, then jumped around onto the rocks. It was a little scary. I didn't want to fall. If I fell, I'd probably be sent to the last bench I rested on. Then I'd have to walk all the way back here. Look at the nearest bench. It's the worst when you get stuck on a boss and have to keep walking back. So, I take my time doing the parkour. I want to take out this boss as quickly as possible and go on with my day. I decided this will be my last boss fight for today. Afterwards, I go touch grass. As I made my way around the rock platforms, I eagerly awaited what was in store for me. Then, I arrived. Commenced the first attack. It was very similar to the original Vessel Kin, just faster. He was too quick for me. I faltered. But luckily, it teleported me right outside of him. From what I remember, dream versions didn't change anything in regards to depth. If you died, you were sent to the nearest bench and had to kill your shade in order to get all of your doubloons. But this was different. I had a bad feeling about this. Why would they change the design of this boss if it was as easy as the rest of them? But it didn't matter. I knew I was gonna defeat this guy and get a couple more dream points. I went in for round 2. Round 3. Round 4. My frustration was quickly growing, and I kept neglecting the paths I could take safely. Sometimes in Metrovanias, you'll encounter a boss that is above your strength level, so you can just leave and return later. But once I put my mind to this boss, I knew I had to defeat him. Around the 35th try, I realized the reasons this boss is so hard. The first reason is his unpredictability. Most Hollow Knight bosses have some sort of giveaway. It's boss design 101. Give the player a little something they can notice so they feel like they could have prevented being hit. This boss lacked a lot of predictability though. Half the time, he was just jumping around, swinging everywhere, hoping that he would hit me. Reason number 2. These little blobs that start popping out of nowhere. These bird-like figures barely have a fading animation, and they don't care if you're nearby, they'll still spawn on top of you. The last reason is I'm just bad. Look at this gameplay. Do you think any Hollow Knight speedrunner plays like this? Speedrunner or not, anyone watching this gameplay should feel ashamed. At some point, I fell off the ledge, and saw I could actually fail without any repercussions. Because of this, I tried optimizing my route, but the true optimization was needed for the boss fight. Anyways, sometimes I was able to perfectly land where the boss was, and other times I'd miss the mark completely. You know, watching this gameplay, I realized how easy this boss fight would have been if I had the Shadow Dash. I'd be able to quickly phase through his attacks, instead of running into him 50% of the time. I was so close to giving up. With every heart loss, I could feel a piece of myself draining, until attempt number 326. I finally did it. I celebrated, basically invited all my family and friends to a party. I gave a toast to everyone as they cheered for me. And I never picked up Hollow Knight again.